The crypto bull run is just heating up, with Bitcoin and now Ethereum hitting all-time highs. But what if you're a gamer that just wants a low-risk way to play and earn your way to some profits? Trading is not for everyone, but crypto games are. In my latest Intel report, I show you 5 of the best earning opportunities this month to play some fun games and earn some big money. It's mission time. Welcome back, agents. Secret Agent Stash here. We are at GIA headquarters, the gaming intelligence agency, always bringing you the latest intel on the newest games. Today we're talking all about some great play to earn opportunities that you cannot miss out on this month. Things have been a little bit slow here over the summer with some of these great games, and I'm glad to see things picking up as the market starts to pick up, because this is when the biggest profits are made. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be a trader to make all those big profits. You can actually just jump in and game, especially if you're cracked. Some of these games we're going to show you right now definitely are going to be paying out big time. So here are 5 of my favorite opportunities right now. Let's go check them out. All right, first up here in my list is one of my all-time favorites and one of the OGs in the crypto gaming space. It's Star Atlas. They just launched their Holosim Season 1, Chapter 1. It's live right now. It just started on the 20th. And it ends in about a month, so you have time, but there's $35,000 up for grabs in prizes for the top 1,500 people on the leaderboard, which is a lot of people, man. This means everyone can get a little piece of this, right? So first place is going to get 300 USDC plus an Armstrong IMP tap plus some crew packs. And as you can see, there's prizes for everything down to 1,500 place. You'll get $1 and 0.02 Solana, which who knows, that could actually end up being a lot, right? Which is pretty cool. So the good thing about this is Star Atlas, it's easy and free to download. You don't have to do anything. Just jump on Epic Games. You don't need an NFT or anything to play this game. Star Atlas is one of the OGs, like I said, and man, they've continued to just build this game out more and more. This is actually the on-chain version of this game, right? And so we're seeing this being something that, you know, is free to play versus what we've seen before with like Sage, where you actually had to pay a little bit to play that mode. The game itself is actually pretty interesting, right? So you're basically building your fleet, going out there conquering territory. As you can see, I'm Oni all the way, always have been since the freaking beginning when you first got to choose your faction. So Onis are out there trying to own you. And as you can see, blue is Oni here. It looks like Mud is kind of pushing in on some of our territory right here. So we got to make sure these guys do not get any further here. But we do have a while to push Oni forward, and you guys have some time to be able to reap some of those rewards here and get on the leaderboard with this free-to-play on-chain game from Star Atlas. All right, not to be outdone and stepping up one more notch, we have Wilder World. They have their super early access tournament they're running right now, which has $100,000 in prizes. That's right, $100,000. It's crazy. This is a brand new shooter mode from Wilder World. Maybe you've only known them as a driving game, you know, but now they have their shooter mode out, and it's actually not bad. If you guys had not seen my recent live stream, go check it out. I'll put it right there for you guys so you can see. But in general, you know, the gameplay is not too bad. Like I said, right here with the $100,000 in prizes is going to the top 250 people on the leaderboard. The tournament technically just started on August 25th, so you have plenty of time. It runs for the next month and a half. So the way it works is qualifiers are going from August 25th to September 9th. In that time, your top 10 games are going to be what places you in that leaderboard, right? That's kills, headshots, assists, streaks, but then deaths, negative, right? So don't die. Now, once that happens, the top 50 from each region will go to playoffs, right? And then the top 6 from playoffs will go to the finals, which will be at some cool undisclosed location, so they can do that whole final thing there. And then you'll be able to you know, get some really good rewards. You see, first place gets $25,000, and then that trip to go and compete there. Even if you play 6, $1,000, and you got that trip as well. But like I said, all the way down to you know, the 250th place, it's $10. So not too bad for not doing too much. You also get some cool pre-qualifying rewards. You can see some of these have already expired. I did jump in last week kind of playing this, so I may have gotten like maybe a Lamborghini NFT or a couple thousand wild because of that, which is kind of nice. So definitely something easy for people to jump in, and once again, another free-to-play game. You can go download this on Epic Games and get started right now playing Wilder World and start pew 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 so you can get on that leaderboard. All right, this next earning opportunity is a little bit different than the rest. So the Avalanche Battle Pass Season 2 is also now live. It started August 18th and it goes for like the next 30 days. And they've already done the first season of this, which I thought was really cool. I didn't actually cover it at the time, but there wasn't as many games there that was interesting me. They've expanded it now, which is great. And there's $25,000 in exclusive rewards that are available in this Battle Pass. They've done a bunch of new upgrades and they have new games, which is interesting too, because that's what I love to hear, because one of those games is Off the Grid. That's right. My favorite game right now is Off the Grid, and now you can jump in here with the Avalanche Battle Pass and start earn some stuff, by playing Off the Grid, which I think is amazing. Now, Avalanche has teamed up with Playful to run this Battle Pass, and you can see that, playing games like Off the Grid, Rumble Arcade, Spellborn, Bloodloop, all are going to be able to get you to advance this Battle Pass. And so you can see right here, Season 2 ends in 25 days, and they have the basic Battle Pass where you can earn stuff as you go, right? And then the premium, where you can buy an NFT that unlocks this premium tier that gives you, more elements, more things going on here. And so you can kind of see some of the cool stuff they have that's in the Battle Pass, which I think is fun. But yeah, so lots of missions, download and play Off the Grid on stream, other games like download and play, and then create your in-game profile. So the Battle Pass is not crazy hard to fill out, but like I said, with a lot of prizes on the line, this is another easy one to do, and you don't have to buy the premium Battle Pass to unlock all this stuff, right? Just some of the bigger rewards here. So if you're really gunning for some of those good rewards, then maybe think about buying that NFT. But I think this is pretty cool. They did a good job, I think, of expanding some of the things, making it easier to sign up. They have a new shop and salvage system, and then a little bit better UI UX, right? So a great time to jump in with the Avalanche Battle Pass and check it out. All right, this next one is a big one. It's been all over the timeline on crypto Twitter/X, and football.fun has been like the talk of the town. So this is a football fantasy social prediction style, not necessarily a game, but a game. Yeah, something like that, right? So I wouldn't consider this really a full-fledged crypto game, but if you love fantasy style sports and you like prediction markets, things like that, football.fun might be something you want to check out. Basically, the way it works is you deposit a little bit of money in here. You can buy shares of popular football, soccer, not American football. I know maybe that's confusing. Americans are, I don't know, I don't get it. Why do we call it football when there was already a football? It's confusing. Stop. But for those other billions around the planet, this is a football, kind of fantasy style game. And you buy shares of some of your favorite players, and then depending on how they do in these tournaments that they run, that you'll earn you earn points, right? And so those points or the value of those things can then be converted into buying more packs, which you then can get more players. And if you want to sell those players, right, then you can realize the gains on those. And the actual price for each player and the share of each player goes up depending on how well they did or how horrible they've done. Right, and those things do matter, as you can see here, kind of like the feed of who's gone up, who's gone down, depending on their performance in the tournament. So they have regular tournaments where you can do this, and this is, like I said, this has only been like a week or so old here, where everyone's really been talking about it. Some of the Ponzi-nomics, I'm not sure if they're going to last too long, so there is quite a bit of risk here. Please take that in consideration. The other ones we're showing you, very low risk. This you actually do have to invest in. There is a little bit of risk here, but I will say that the football.fun team has been very responsive from what I've seen, and it has been a roller coaster ride thus far. If you look at some of the people who've been heavily invested here, our buddy Yotis here was like, 2 days ago, I told you to buy these guys, and here's what they were, and now here's what they were, and they've 5x or whatever. And then even below, he goes, never mind, these numbers are only wrong. They've 2x from this too, which has, this was just a couple of days ago. But then today, the stark realization is that, market cap down by 47% from its, big pump over the weekend. But like I said, hopefully this is one of those things where, you know, we're gonna have up and downs, right? And there's more people coming into it, so there's gonna be more volatility. So if you know a lot about football, right, you may have an advantage here in knowing which players are good, which players have great stats, and that is really a big advantage over a lot of people who are just kind of throwing things out the wall and buying stuff here and there and trying buying and selling without actually knowing the game. Now, some of our friends over here, like at Games.gg, they've done something kind of fun where they put a little tier list here together to help you with, like, you know, some of the top players to get you started, which is kind of nice. So if you don't know anything about football, you can jump on and see something like this and look at buying some shares. Once again, very risky. But the actual cool thing I like about this, which they've done that nobody else I think has ever done in any of these kinds of like style games here in crypto, is they actually offer a free version that has no crypto that you can just play for fun and doesn't, you know, you don't get any profits, but you can actually just play it, right? So there is the app.football.fun, which is the free to play game. And then pro.football.fun is the one you actually have to put crypto into and you can actually, you know, make profits from. So I thought it was kind of interesting that they had both. So if you're kind of on the fence, or I don't know, I just love football, aka soccer, I can jump into this and start playing and checking it out without any kind of risk at all. So there is risk or not, depending on which way you go, but if you don't risk anything, you're not going to get any returns either, right? So pretty interesting thing. I'm going to be keeping my eye on this. Hopefully it does not just fizzle like we've seen some other kind of Ponzi-nomic style games or platforms like this kind of do very quickly. And we see this kind of, you know, be the, we'll say like the top shot or so of this bull run, because that would be interesting to see something like this be applied to some other areas like football or basketball or some other sports that you love. All right, last on my list here in the Intel report today is a game called Legends of Ymir. This is a game that, you know, I talked about quite a long time ago, over a year for sure. It hadn't released yet, but this is coming from the WeMix community. It's the same developers that did Mir 4. They did Night Crows. So it's a Korean style MMORPG that, you know, a lot of people made quite a bit of money on. Now this opportunity is here. It's kind of coming up. They're doing a global launch, so now people outside of Korea can play. You can pre-register right now, which is why I want you to kind of look at this, right? It's an opportunity that's coming up, and there is going to be some, you know, some rewards that you can jump on. So I think that's, you know, kind of interesting to see that, you know, man, this is a game that actually looks pretty good in the very same style as like Night Crows or Mir 4. It's kind of the next evolution. Right, this is Legends of Ymir, kind of like the next evolution of those games. And like I said, the game looks great. You know, if you don't mind like auto battle type of stuff, which is one of my things that I didn't really love about Night Crows, and there was a lot of botting and things like that. So hopefully the team has learned from some of those things. The game has been live in Korea for, you know, almost a year, I think it is, or maybe a little bit over a year. So there is a lot of probably kinks they've worked through as they're kind of launching here into their global launch, but definitely something to keep your eye on if you're looking for a really polished game to play and earn and jump on, you know, without any kind of, you know, I don't know, roadblocks where it's like, oh, I don't know the game's not out, when can I play it? Like, we already know it's out, it's already out there, people are playing it, and now you'll be able to play it here pretty soon too. All right, agents, well, there you go. 5 top play to earn opportunities that you can jump in right now, mostly. Legends of Ymir is the only one that's kind of upcoming, but pre-register now for that opportunity coming soon. Most of these have almost zero risk. Just jump in, play for free, and, you know, maybe make a little bit of profit. Hit those leaderboards and get some of those rewards. Leaderboards, rewards, let's go. Did I miss any? Is there anything you guys are loving right now that I didn't talk about? Put it in the comments below. If you've earned from some of these games already, I want to hear that too. But that is all we have for today, agents. As always, this briefing never happened. Secret Agent Stash, over and out. Secret Agent Stash.